Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today is another college football weekly pick'em, like I do. Okay, so last week we did a picks for college football. Now we're on week 2, so let's get this started. The first game is that I am picking from is Oklahoma State and South Alabama. Um, I will pick Oklahoma State to win easily. So Oklahoma State will win. The next game is LSU versus Chattanooga. LSU will win. This isn't gonna be a good game. Um, yeah, LSU wins. The next game would have been picked, but it got canceled due to the hurricane, Irma, which was Miami and Arkansas State. So I'm not gonna pick that game because that game is canceled. The next game that will be picked is South Florida versus UConn. South Florida should win this game, and they will. Connecticut could be tough. I don't know how good they're going to be this season, but they could be tough. But they won't probably might play tough in this game, but South Florida will win in the end. Uh, or South Florida will dominate them. I don't know, but South Florida either way will win. The next game, Michigan versus Cincinnati. Now, Michigan just got done beating Florida a week ago, um, and they will beat Cincinnati this week. Next game, Wisconsin versus Florida Atlantic. Well, Florida Atlantic has, what's his name as the coach? Lane Kiffin. They lost last week. Lane Kiffin's 0-1 as the new coach at Florida Atlantic. But Wisconsin will win this game and Lane Kiffin will start out 0-2. Next game, Florida State versus Louisiana Monroe. Now, Florida State lost to Alabama last week. They played tough for most of it, but then Alabama just took over and forced Florida State to turn it over. And and then Florida State's quarterback DeAndre Francois, whatever, I think that's how you say it, he got injured, so he's done for the season. So now they're going to rely on their backup against Louisiana Monroe, but Florida State should win easy. Louisiana Monroe has been typically sometimes play teams hard. A few years ago they upset Auburn, but tell you that, who cares? Um, that will not happen here. Florida State wins easy. Next game, Louisville and North Carolina. Now, Louisville struggled a little bit last week. They did win. They're 10-point favorites this week against North Carolina. I'm going to go Louisville to win. Next game, Kansas State and Charlotte. Kansas State will win this game easy. The next game, Florida Gators versus Northern Colorado Bears. I think that's what they are, or maybe the Grizzlies, same thing, Bears. Florida had a struggle on offense against Michigan. Only scored 3 points on offense against Michigan. Um, they will beat Northern Colorado though, so Florida will start possibly figuring a little bit of things out, at least this week. They will beat Northern Colorado. Next game, Alabama and Fresno State. Now, I'm not sure if they've ever played each other before. They might have, but Alabama will easily win this game. Next game, Penn State and Pitt. Now, this could be a tough game. Everybody thinks Penn State is better than last season, and they might be. Pitt has been known to upset teams. Last year they upset Clemson, during the season. Do I think they will beat Penn State? They could, but they won't. So Penn State will win that. The next game, Delaware versus Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech will win this game. Next game, TCU and Arkansas. Now this could be a tough game, close game. TCU is known to do bad, and sometimes known to do good. I'm gonna actually go with Arkansas to beat TCU. TCU's only 3-point favorites, so it's pretty even. Next game, Indiana State versus Tennessee. Tennessee had to come back. They probably should have lost to Georgia Tech last week on Labor Day, but they somehow didn't. And I think Tennessee will win this game, though, very easily. Yeah, so the next game, Auburn Tigers versus Clemson Tigers. I am gonna go with Auburn in this game. I'm just gonna go with it. Should be a good game. The next game, Oklahoma versus Ohio State. Now this is a rematch from last season when Ohio State beat them 42-24. Ohio State did not look very good in their opening game. Oklahoma looked very good in their opening game. However, do I think Ohio State will lose at home against Oklahoma? No, I don't. I think Ohio State wins. It might be a good game, but I don't know. Next game, Notre Dame and Georgia. Georgia lost their quarterback last week, so who knows if he'll play or when he'll play. I will go with Notre Dame to win. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll go with Notre Dame. Next game, Montana Grizzlies versus Washington Huskies. Now, the Huskies did not look very impressive last week. You might say, well, they ended up blowing out Rutgers and they dominated. I said, well, yeah. But they let Rutgers hang around for a lot of that game. Rutgers came out firing on all cylinders at first. But, the Huskies are not going to lose to Montana. Next game. This one is going to be a good one. Stanford Cardinal versus USC. Now, USC had a tough time a little bit with Western Michigan last week before they pulled away. Stanford dominated their first game when they played 2 weeks ago. I'm going to go with USC to beat Stanford, though. I know USC lost to Stanford a year ago, but I don't know if Stanford will beat them again. Next game, and it's the final game on this pick thing. Boise State versus Washington State. Now, I think they played a year ago, and I believe Boise State lost, if I'm correct. I think the Cougars will win this game. So yeah, it should be a good game. But yeah, anyways, there you go, folks. There's my week 2 college football picks. Until next time, see ya.